Have you ever wondered how susceptible your mind is to manipulation? The mind, a complex entity, is not as impervious as one might think. Every day, in countless ways, our thoughts and actions are subtly swayed by unseen forces. This is the world of mind manipulation, a pervasive yet often overlooked aspect of our shared reality. The art of mind manipulation is as old as human interaction itself, its threads woven deep into the tapestry of our history. From the siren songs of ancient myths to the colourful billboards that line modern cityscapes, manipulation is as integral to society as the air we breathe. It's in the persuasive speech of a charismatic leader, the catchy jingle of a television advert, even the subtle nudges of a well-crafted social media post. So why not embark on a journey of discovery? Uncover the historical roots of this intriguing phenomenon, delve into its modern-day applications, and learn how it shapes your daily life. Dive into the journey of understanding the art of mind manipulation. To comprehend the complexities of mind manipulation, we must first travel back to the origins. Imagine, if you will, the ancient civilizations. In the heart of Egypt, the pharaohs, they were no strangers to the art of mind manipulation. They used grand symbols and rituals to exert their divine authority, influencing the masses to follow their rule without question. Then, let's venture into the mystic East. The art of persuasion was also practiced in ancient India and China. It was subtly woven into the fabric of their societies, through philosophy, religion, and even medicine. As we move into the Middle Ages, the Church wielded significant power over the minds of the people. Sermons and religious texts were used to mold beliefs, control behavior, and even justify wars. Now fast forward to the Renaissance, a period of great intellectual awakening. Here, the art of manipulation took a more refined turn. The power of words and rhetoric became the tools of kings and queens, scholars, and the burgeoning merchant class. In the 20th century, mind manipulation took on a more sinister form with the rise of totalitarian regimes. Propaganda became a powerful tool to control the masses, instilling fear and fostering loyalty. And then the digital age dawned. Today we're constantly bombarded with information, and the art of manipulation has become even more sophisticated. It is not just about controlling people anymore. It is about steering thoughts, shaping opinions, and directing behaviors subtly, without the individual even realizing it. From the grandeur of ancient Egypt through the Middle Ages to the digital screens in our hands today, mind manipulation has been a constant companion in human history. It has been used to control, to influence, to steer, and to shape. So, we've seen how the art of mind manipulation has evolved over centuries, but how does it manifest in our present day? Fast forward to the 21st century, mind manipulation techniques have taken on a new face. In our modern world, where technology and media are ever present, the methods of mind manipulation have evolved. The media's influence is one such method that's subtle yet pervasive. News outlets, advertisements, movies, and even social media platforms can subtly shape public opinion, influencing our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. They can sway our perceptions of reality, often without us even noticing. Consider the phenomenon of fake news. It's a prime example of how information can be manipulated to serve a particular agenda, often causing confusion and promoting bias. This manipulation is not always sinister, but it's essential to be aware of its potential for misuse. Next, we have social engineering. This is a method often used by hackers and con artists, where they manipulate individuals into revealing confidential information. It's a psychological manipulation that exploits human vulnerability. Social engineers prey on our natural inclination to trust and be helpful, leading us to divulge sensitive information or perform actions that compromise our security. Then there's the fascinating world of subliminal messaging. These are signals or messages designed to pass below the normal limits of perception. They might be inaudible to the conscious mind, but audible to the unconscious. Or they might be images transmitted briefly and unperceived consciously, yet perceived unconsciously. While the effectiveness of subliminal messaging is a topic of ongoing debate, its potential use as a mind manipulation tool is undeniable. Now, let's talk about technology's role in mind manipulation. With advances in artificial intelligence and data analytics, new forms of manipulation have emerged. Algorithms can now predict our behaviors, preferences, and vulnerabilities with astonishing accuracy. This information can be used to tailor messages that are highly persuasive and influential, further amplifying the power of manipulation. In this digital age, mind manipulation techniques have become more sophisticated and pervasive than ever before. Yet despite the new methods and technologies, the underlying principles of manipulation remain the same: exploiting human psychology to influence thoughts and behavior. The techniques have changed, but the core principles remain the same. But what makes us so susceptible to these manipulation techniques? The answer lies in the depths of our own minds. The human brain, a marvel of nature, is not without its vulnerabilities. Our cognitive biases and emotional susceptibilities can be easily exploited, making us prime targets for manipulation. Let's dive deeper into the science behind mind manipulation. You see, our brains are hardwired to seek patterns and make sense of the world around us. This is a survival instinct that has been passed down from our ancestors. However, this instinct can be used against us. This phenomenon is known as cognitive bias, where our brain makes automatic assumptions based on our past experiences. Take, for instance, the confirmation bias. This is where we tend to favor information that confirms our existing beliefs, often overlooking conflicting evidence. A skilled manipulator can use this bias to their advantage by presenting information that aligns with our preconceived notions, making us more likely to accept their point of view. Another aspect of our psychology that can be exploited is our emotional vulnerabilities. Human beings are emotional creatures. We feel, we emote, and our decisions are often influenced by our emotions. A manipulator can tap into these emotions, creating a sense of fear, urgency, or desire, and use them to steer our actions and decisions. In the realm of manipulation, knowledge is power. Understanding how our mind works, acknowledging our biases and emotional vulnerabilities, can equip us with the tools to identify and counteract manipulation attempts. However, it's not enough to merely understand these concepts. We must actively work towards mitigating these biases and managing our emotional responses. This requires introspection, self-awareness, and a commitment to personal growth. So the next time you find yourself swayed by a persuasive argument or a compelling advertisement, take a moment to reflect. Are you being led by logic and reason, or are you being manipulated by your own mind's vulnerabilities? Knowing how mind manipulation works is the first step towards safeguarding oneself against it. So how can we protect our minds from these manipulative tactics? The first step is to arm ourselves with a shield of critical thinking. This means questioning everything, refusing to accept information at face value. It requires us to dig deeper, to search for evidence and logic behind every claim. It's about challenging ideas and not being afraid to ask the hard questions. Critical thinking helps us discern truth from falsehood, and it's an essential tool in our defense against manipulation. Next, we need to be aware of our cognitive biases. These are mental shortcuts our brains use to make quick decisions, but they can also be exploited by manipulators. For instance, the confirmation bias can make us only accept information that aligns with our pre-existing beliefs, while ignoring contradicting facts. By recognizing these biases, we can strive to make more objective and rational decisions. Understanding our emotional triggers is another crucial aspect of safeguarding ourselves. Manipulators often use our emotions against us, triggering fear, anger, or even love to influence our actions. By knowing what makes us tick, we can better control our reactions, thereby reducing the manipulator's power over us. We should also remember not to isolate ourselves. Manipulators often thrive on their victims' isolation, as it makes them more susceptible to control. Therefore, maintaining strong, supportive relationships can be a powerful deterrent against manipulation. Lastly, it's important to practice self-care. A healthy mind is a resilient mind, one that's less likely to fall victim to manipulation. This means taking care of our mental health, getting enough sleep, eating well, and engaging in activities that help us relax and recharge. Remember, the goal is not to live in fear of manipulation, but to equip ourselves with the knowledge and tools necessary to recognize and resist it. It's about empowerment, not paranoia. By understanding mind manipulation, we can protect ourselves and others and promote a healthier, more honest society. Knowledge is power, and understanding mind manipulation gives us the power to protect our minds. In this brief journey, we've explored the fascinating world of mind manipulation, We've traveled through time, from its roots in ancient civilizations to its pervasive presence in our modern society. We've seen how it manifests in various forms, from subtle persuasive tactics to more overt psychological maneuvers. We delved into the science behind manipulation, understanding how our brains can be influenced and manipulated, often without our conscious awareness. It's a realm where psychology, sociology, and neuroscience intersect in a dance of influence and control. We also discussed how to safeguard ourselves against such manipulation. By promoting self-awareness, critical thinking, and a healthy dose of skepticism, we can build a mental fortress that is resilient against the ploys of manipulators. Remember, the mind is a wonderful tool, but it requires constant vigilance to protect it from manipulation. Stay curious, stay aware,